Reverend Ros from New Zealand. And look at that. Would you care to elaborate, Ros? There it is. What's all this about? Over to you.
Yeah, there we go. My 30 seconds on stage, Unity College. Receiving my certificate, my ordination. Yeah. So cheesy grin says it all.
Oh, that's wonderful. And thank you for sending that over. We'll see if we can get a photograph to put in where appropriate, maybe in our foyer.
Thank
And
you.
that should go up nicely there. And we're really looking for, and congratulations, Oz. It's a long haul for you, and I've known over the, but how long since we've known each other? About 10 years?
Yeah, we came back in
Yes.
2014, so I connected with you all at the Greenmount.
Ah, memories,
Yeah.
memories, yes. So anyway, we're really looking forward to your message this morning, so it's over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So it was wonderful, the songs, Peace Train. I was thinking, did you have an image? I had an image of that peace train just going through all those spots in the world where we want to see peace that we're maybe not seeing at the moment. But that was such a wonderful song to put us in that right frame of mind. And William's poem, I loved that poem. The limits imposed, because that's really what I'm talking about today, because limits can look like walls. They can look like something that we have to try and get over or that stop us right in our tracks. And as I came across this leap over the wall idea, because I was reading the big tome that Unity has published of Daily Word, monstrous thing that it is. It's not exactly take it to bed with you because it's too heavy. Um, but one of the articles in there was leap over the wall. It's not attributed to anyone. But it got me thinking about, so what is it that we have in our lives that seem like limits, that seem like walls, that maybe stop us doing or having what we would like to have? And there is a Psalm 18, verse 29 says, by my God, I leap over a wall. By my God, I leap over a wall. So I was thinking about this, this whole idea about leaping over something. And we think about hurdlers, they leap over. I was a runner, but I was always amazed that people could hurdle because they just looked like barriers to me. How could you be running, sprinting, and leaping over something and, not losing stride? For me, that was just mind-blowing. So is a yeah, if you didn't have hurdles, you couldn't have a hurdler. They'd just be a sprinter, but they want to be hurdlers. So think of the discipline, because that was something else that came up this morning in the Daily Word, the discipline that's required to be able to do that sport, to be able to hurdle seamlessly, effortlessly, it looks like, over those hurdles. And we have that same power within us, that God power to overcome, to surmount, to leap over a wall, a limitation, an imposed limitation, maybe something from our past that comes up time and time again. For me, it was a whole idea, a belief that there was not enough. And that was like a wall for me. It seemed to create a total barrier for me to be able to live a full life because it outpictured in terms of not enough money, not enough love, not enough of good of any kind in my life. And so learning about how do you deal with it, and of course in Unity we do all our affirmations, our denials and affirmations, and they were really helpful. But there was something about this with the leap over the wall which got me thinking about, oh, it's about raising our vibration to a higher level. Because when we're looking at a wall, we're starting to go down that track of, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, so it starts to be a place of resistance. So the wall looks like it's impenetrable, which it may be. But when we lift up our thinking and we go into the Christ consciousness, so we need to be in that God consciousness, by my God, I leap over a wall. And the beauty of it is that when you think about those words, by my God, I leap over a wall, the consciousness, the center of consciousness is not on the wall, it's on the leap. So the wall, it may have been insurmountable, but because our consciousness is suddenly in a different place, we're looking at, oh, I can leap over it. I don't have to try and go round it. I don't have to try to beat through it. I don't have to try and dig under it. I can leap over it. It reminded me of the story, which I love, about George Lowe. I don't know whether that name means anything to you. He was a schoolmaster in England or Scotland. I'm not sure which now. But he was part of the expedition to Mount Everest with Sir Edmund Hillary, well, with Ed Hillary, as he was in those days, in 1953. Now, this was Ed Hillary's third attempt to summit Mount Everest. He had failed on the previous two occasions. But on both of those previous occasions, in the planning of it, Ed Hillary and other members of the expedition had approached George Lowe, knowing that he was a mountaineer and they loved him. He was a great guy. They wanted him part of the team. They wanted him to be there. And the first time when they approached him, George Lowe says, "Hey, I'm a schoolmaster. Where am I going to get that kind of money? How much does it cost?" And I don't know if you know about doing expeditions, but it's a lot of money. So it was, maybe £50,000 for him. No way, he said. There's no way I can do that. And he didn't go. The next time that they were heading off, they again approached him and said, we'd really want you to come with us, George. You would be a valuable part of the team. And again, he goes, well, what's it going to cost me? It was a wall for him. That cost was a wall. The third time, 1953, when they approached him, he lifted his consciousness to a higher level and he asked a different question, not how much was the total thing, but how much would he need to put down as a deposit? And he realized when they told him the figure that if he mustered all his resources, he could manage that. And from that action, he had leapt over the wall and all sorts of things opened up for him. I don't know whether you have had that experience. I've certainly have, where I have made a step forward and then leapt over the wall that looked like a barrier and things opened up for me. He wrote a book after that. He did go on that expedition in 1953. He didn't do the summiting, but he was part of the support team. And a wonderful experience. He wrote a book. And the title of that book I love too. It says, "The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence." The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. So we can sometimes look at what is in front of us and think, oh, I don't have the resources. But by my God, I leap over a wall. lifting up into a different consciousness, into a different frame of mind, into that God consciousness. There are all sorts of other things that can look like a wall. A diagnosis can look like a wall. Diagnosis that something is wrong in our bodies, and we go, oh my goodness. But maybe this is just all that is an outpicturing of the past. It's got nothing to do with now. It's got nothing to do with the future, in fact, because I am the thinker who can change my thoughts, and that can change everything. So we lift up into a different place in our minds and our consciousness. So, oh, by my God, I can leap over a wall. So there are so many areas, to listen to normal conversation and we can hear it I can only do, or oh, it's just. You hear some of these comments. Those are walls. People are expressing that there's a wall there. Well, I can't do that. Maybe it's just a wall. So, and they may not be in this kind of teaching. So, you might not be saying to them, well, just leap over it. But you can see it for them. You can see them leaping over the wall. There's great power in the way that we hold things for other people. We can join other people in the fear or the, oh, it's terrible. Oh, I'm sure you can't do it. But maybe there's a place for us to hold a consciousness of, no, you can leap over that wall. You can actually change what's happening. By my God, do I leap over a wall? So when we think about that consciousness, that God-given power that we have to overcome all difficulty, surmount every barrier, to leap over every wall, we have that power within us, that God-given power. But we have to maintain that, or we have to use that power. So it's not a matter of, I will do this, the personal will, I will fight my way through this. We so often hear of that expression, don't we, when people have, say, some cancer diagnosis, they battled it. Well, what I'm suggesting here is from this reading is no, don't battle it. Lift up a consciousness so you can leap over that wall into a different way of being, into a different consciousness. And it's from there that something may shift. From there that we can go, I don't have to be held back by this particular issue, diagnosis, lack of resources, whatever. By my God, I can leap over a wall. So it's the difference between the personal will and the willingness to use the God power that we have. Rise to that higher consciousness. And then if we can live in that place, then barriers don't happen. We don't see them. There's no need for them to be there because we're already flying. God did not give us a spirit, that beautiful daily word today of being held back. We have that God consciousness. And if we live in it, move, and have our being in it, then we are leaping over walls. In fact, the walls aren't even there. They don't need to be. But daily life is that, yeah, things happen. And but we can remember, oh no, we have a power. We have this power to lift ourselves up and fly and leap over the wall. By my God, I leap over a wall. So let's just take that idea into a time of meditation, of contemplation. By my God, I leap over a wall. I invite you to just take a moment of settling yourself in your chair or wherever you are. Allow yourself to relax. Maybe your shoulders can just drop a moment. In any of the daily things, you can let them lie, and perhaps place them under your chair. You can pick them up at the end. And just be in this awareness of our God power. By my God, I leap over a wall. It's in this consciousness where there is nothing that's too big, nothing that's too hard. We can overcome those imposed limits, can raise our consciousness so we can leap over a wall. We know somehow that alone it may be impossible. Alone it may look too hard. But with God, all things are possible. And we can feel that lifting up in consciousness as we say those words. By my God, I leap over a wall. We have that power to overcome, to surmount all difficulties. We become the hurdler. So we live in that consciousness. We can feel ourselves rising up like eagles. Today we can be brave. Today we can overcome imposed limits. Today we can leap over walls. Today we can get on the peace train. And together we make a difference. We make a difference in the world. We bring our energy, our God power into those places where it looks like there are walls beyond our own making, those seeming walls out in the world. What are we doing about them? Well, let's raise up in consciousness and leap over them. We can send our energy into those places that need the healing, that need the love. And now just bring that all back into your own being. And know that any time when you're caught thinking of struggles elsewhere or within yourself, if you see that maybe there's a wall there, just raise up in consciousness and leap over the wall. By my God, I leap over a wall. And so it is. Amen.